Hey rockers! Ready to embark on another journey through the history of one of the greatest bands of all time? Then sit back, grab a cold beer, and let's talk about Led Zeppelin. The story of this legendary band begins in London in the late 60s. It all started when guitarist Jimmy Page, who had already played with bands like the Yardbirds and The Who, decided to form his own band. He recruited bassist and keyboardist John Paul Jones, drummer John Bonham, and vocalist Robert Plant, and thus Led Zeppelin was born. Right off the bat, the band caught attention with their heavy and experimental sound, mixing elements of rock, blues, and folk. They released their first self-titled album in 1969 and quickly became one of the most popular bands in the world. An interesting fact about Led Zeppelin is that despite being a British band, they had huge success in the United States. They were one of the most played bands on American radio in the 70s, and their concerts filled stadiums across the country. Another cool curiosity is that the band was known for their extravagant lifestyle and legendary stories of excess and craziness. They were said to have destroyed entire hotel rooms during their tours, and their parties were legendary. But despite this, they were an extremely talented and dedicated band, and always took their music very seriously. Throughout the 70s, Led Zeppelin released a series of classic albums that became references in rock, such as Led Zeppelin II, IV, and Physical Graffiti. They were also known for their explosive concerts, which included incredible guitar solos, impressive improvisations, and a unique energy that infected the audience. An interesting fact about the success of Stairway to Heaven: this is one of the most iconic and famous songs of the band, and the introduction of this song is so recognized that it has become almost a rock anthem. However, few people know that the introduction of the song was accidentally created by guitarist Jimmy Page during a sound check in the studio. He was just playing a few chords while the crew was setting up the equipment, and the producers liked it so much that he asked him to keep playing. Page ended up developing that iconic introduction from those initial chords. Unfortunately, the Led Zeppelin story came to a tragic end in 1980 when John Bonham was found dead after a night of heavy drinking. The band decided to split up, and since then they have never performed together again. But even after all these years, the legacy of Led Zeppelin continues to live on. Their songs are still played on radio stations around the world, and their influence can be felt in many of the rock bands that emerged after them. So, what did you think of the Led Zeppelin story? Leave your favorite songs from the band in the comments and share your own stories about them. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss any videos about music and pop culture. Thanks, rockers!